Hey, welcome. It's been 4 months since my last video. I know I promised that there'll be a video 2 weeks after the last one, but I got caught up in a whole lot of things. One of the things I was working on was a compilation project, which hopefully will be out over the next couple of weeks or so, and it was a chance to write music in Malay. Now, Malay is not my actual mother tongue, so it was definitely something for me to try and something for me to see if I could. I live in an area where I speak Malay more often than not, and in my general scene, the general language is Malay. Even when it comes to most of the singer-songwriters I know, sing in Malay. Of course, I know a whole lot of singer-songwriters who sing in English, but currently the ones I'm hanging out with sing in Malay. So for this project, I was thinking to write more Malay songs. In fact, that's the plan. So every time a new compilation comes out, I want to write Malay songs, and this is simply as an exercise for me to try writing in a different language. It feels different. Your instincts are different. So very quickly, there's a couple of stories I want to share. The first one is while writing the song, one of the songs which appears on the album, on the compilation, which I'm not going to say which. I had written the lyrics first, and after finishing writing the lyrics, I played it. We recorded it. We recorded it at my friend's studio, I Seek Music. And when I brought the sketch recording home, I wasn't very happy with it. There was something I felt was wrong with it. I'm not so sure. I wasn't so sure because instinctively I write in English. So in Malay, I wasn't so sure where the mistake was. So I started cramming into the song over and over and over again. And then what I did was I changed I think the bridge. The minute I changed the bridge on the song, I decided that the song isn't as sacred as I thought it would be, and I changed the lyrics for that song. Now the message was still the same. It's just that when I wrote the lyrics the first time around, I think I was bit too direct and a bit too. I think the edification wasn't there when I was writing the music. I wanted the song to have a certain vibe, certain feel, and the set of lyrics that was written for it didn't work. Also, when I went to the studio, here's where you find. I recommend you find a good sound engineer, a good producer, because you need a second pair of ears to give you feedback. Now, I did mention this in the last video about having somebody to talk to, but when you're in the recording situation, it's great that you have somebody who's handling the board, who gives you some advice or gives you an idea or two to follow. And that's what I did with this one, because while recording, I felt there was something wrong with the song, and it was good that the person I was recording with could help me out, and break me out of the rut. In fact, if you are a new singer-songwriter, let me just say that if you're going to go record, try your best not to record by yourself. Maybe you can do the sketch by yourself, but when you're off to do a proper record, try to get a producer who's got a good ear or who's got good instincts, because he might actually elevate the song. So that's the first story. The second story is about the other song that's on the compilation. This one was written in under 5 minutes. This was an exercise in trying to write something which was easy to play, because the biggest problem with writing really complex parts for the guitar when you play the song is when you play live, there's a whole issue with either reproducing the sound. Don't mind the car alarm. Reproducing the sound when you're playing it live. So I wanted something I could just really easy to strum, and I could just knock the song out. So that was the point of this song. And also the song is kind of short. I wanted to go for a slightly more unconventional way of composing. Removing certain, like for example, not having a bridge for a song, for example. I thought to try that. Also, very quickly an update. So, since the last time I came I shot a video. I've been quite lucky to have played 3 shows since then, and these shows have been quite great. They've been great for my soul, and it's I think after I played the first show, I realized that perhaps I was in a little bit of a burnout from all the shows I was playing over the last 10 years, and all the and COVID and everything, right? So when I jumped on stage at the Zine DIY Fest a couple of weeks back, it was extremely invigorating. It was nice to play to people again. You tend to forget that. I mean, when you're alone, when you're by yourself and you're doing music, you tend to forget, that sometimes a crowd is quite important. But from that show, I think I would like to credit that show for pulling me back in, because to be honest, the only reason I did that show is because it was organized by a few punks whom I quite like, and it was actually done more as a favor for them. But it turned out to be a favor for me. So yeah, so thank you, Zin DIY Fest. I also had a chance to play another show at an art exhibition. Now this one was a gig that was done at an art exhibition, and I'm really really glad I was invited to this one, simply because the curator, in fact the main artist of the show, is an old friend. It was nice to reconnect. We haven't spoken to each other in almost a decade, so it was nice to reconnect. Nice to see where he's at doing in where he's at, with his art. How he's moved out and in, to different phases. He was also sort of going through a sort of a burnout, so I think it was nice that we found each other again. But at that gig, I want to say that was really great, because it was a chance to sing to an absolute different audience. More this The kind of audience I was playing to at the art exhibition was not my usual crowd, which I think is very very important. It's just that I haven't had I haven't played in so long, so it was interesting to play to a totally new crowd. But having said that, that show was important because it gave me my legs. If the first one sucked me into playing again, the second show gave me some legs. And then the third show I had was a couple of weeks later, and this one was in Kota Baru, Kelantan. And this was for what I want to call a community initiative. That's what I want to call it. And the show was called Titeh. I was the only music act at the show, so that was good, because I didn't have it was a nice variety of things you can look at. I think there was some leather work, there were some screenings of local short film, and speaking to the different activists. So that was kind of great, because it reminded me the kind of music I'm doing, and the kind of person that I am, and what I'm coming from. It was also kind of good because I was traveling to Kelantan, which is basically an 8-hour bus ride, and I think that shows also kind of important, because it brought me back to wanting to go out and I guess travel again to play. So yeah, so that's what's been happening. 3 great shows, three shows which are great for different things. One, because they sucked me in. The second show, which is basically the art exhibition, was I found my legs, and I think the final show was I found reason again to keep playing. So yeah, hopefully the next video the compilation will be out, and maybe we can talk about that. So yeah, thanks so much for listening. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next one.